lights stacked above asphalt like teeth, ready to bite down on whoever blinks first. Three men walk into the final round of 2025 carrying different kinds of fear, different kinds of arrogance, and different kinds of ghosts. Lando Norris moves like someone rehearsing courage in front of a mirror. Oscar Piastri walks like a man who believes emotion is a technical flaw he refuses to update. And Max Verstappen? He's the street-born apex predator who learned long ago that pressure doesn't crush you unless you let it inside. The paddock pretends it's normal, that the points gap is normal, that this season isn't a psychological street fight painted nicely as motorsport. 12 points separate Norris from Verstappen, 16 separate Piastri from Norris. But none of those numbers matter because Verstappen is hunting with the calm cruelty of someone who already lived through championship fires and now walks through them barefoot. Makey said it blunt, almost bored. They know he never gets it wrong. And that's the part ripping through McLaren's garage like a silent virus. Because Verstappen's pressure isn't loud. It's not a scream. It's not chaos. It's the slow realization that the man behind you doesn't crack, doesn't misjudge turn one, doesn't butcher starts, doesn't overheat tires, doesn't doubt. Norris knows it. You can see it in the way he stops joking once Friday hits. You can see it in how he gets quieter the closer the weekend gets to Sunday. Piastri knows it. He hides it better. His silence isn't fear, it's calculation. But even iron bends when the right force hits. Verstappen has won 5 of the last 8. He cut a 104-point deficit like he was trimming dead branches. And McLaren? They gave him the scissors, a Vegas double DQ, a Qatar strategy meltdown, Piastri's Baku wall kiss, moments that don't show up on highlight reels because they don't need to. The points table tells the story with a smile. Tonight the grid feels colder, sharper, less forgiving. 3 men, 1 crown, nobody breathing right. Tonight we don't watch racing. Tonight we watch survival. Who wears the crown? The crown is a strange object. Sometimes it sits on a head. Sometimes it stalks behind one. Right now, Verstappen walks like the crown is orbiting him. Not on his head, not on his shoulders, just spinning around him, waiting to snap onto him the moment someone else stumbles. Mekki said the line that cut McLaren's optimism in half. Max never gets it wrong. That's Verstappen's whole power, not dominance, not speed, not aggression. It's consistency forged in chaos. McLaren knows this too well, because the Predator King isn't the fastest man on every lap. He's the most unbreakable when the world squeezes. Norris is a different creature. He's the tense assassin, deadly when the rhythm matches him. A blade when the tires are singing perfectly. But under championship pressure, his hands tighten by millimeters, his voice cracks by decibels. The paddock has seen it enough times to recognize the pattern. Piastri plays a different game. He's the cold executioner, emotionless, clinical. He calculates the same way machines calculate torque maps. But here's the truth. Makey's didn't say out loud. First-time title fighters don't have instinctive scars. They don't have trauma-hardened decision-making. They don't know which fear to ignore and which fear to obey. Verstappen knows all of it. He doesn't need to think, he just acts. Norris is built for speed. Piastri is built for precision, but Verstappen is built for the apocalypse. And that's why the paddock has shifted. Every garage feels it. Every team boss pretends they don't. Red Bull's upgrades after Monza didn't just fix a car, they fixed Verstappen's season. They reset the psychology of the championship. Suddenly, McLaren's Mekki L39 wasn't the ascendant revolution. It was a weapon held by 2 men who hadn't learned how to fight with blood in their mouths yet. Norris says Verstappen is talking nonsense, but Lando's voice cracks when he says it. Because deep down, he knows Max could have had this title wrapped already if the cars were swapped. That's not arrogance. That's data. Piastri doesn't respond at all. Ice doesn't talk back to fire. He just keeps everything inside until Sunday exposes whatever truth he's hiding. The question isn't whether McLaren is fast enough. The question is, who is built to bleed and still drive straight? Because wearing the crown isn't about speed. It's about which driver walks toward pressure instead of away from it. Verstappen's done that for years. Norris and Piastri are trying to learn it now. Sometimes it looks like a smile gone missing. Sometimes it looks like a driver giving shorter interviews. Sometimes it looks like a garage door closing a little faster than usual. McLaren is bleeding quietly, not from performance, from expectation. This was supposed to be the coronation. This was supposed to be the year the Orange Army inherited the throne. This was supposed to be the season McLaren became the face of a new era. But the last man you ever want hunting you is someone who has nothing left to prove and everything left to ruin. Verstappen doesn't want this title because he needs it. He wants it because taking it would rewrite the laws of pressure. And that's the part Norris feels the most. He's the tense assassin, but tension kills assassins faster than bullets. Piastri is bleeding too, but his wounds don't show. He bottles everything. He compresses pressure until it becomes part of his personality. That works over one lap. But over a season, pressure pushes through steel eventually. The biggest collapse isn't mechanical, it's psychological. McLaren is acting like they're still the underdogs. Champions don't act like that. Champions hunt. Champions dictate. Champions impose fear. Right now, they're reacting to Verstappen. Every move Red Bull makes feels like a shadow swinging across McLaren's paddock table. No yelling, no panic, just a slow, emotional leak. That's how titles slip away. Power in Formula One is never loud. It's quiet. It whispers. It moves through decisions nobody sees and mistakes nobody admits. Right now, Verstappen holds the lever. Not because he's leading. He isn't. Not because he's faster. Sometimes he isn't. He holds it because he controls the psychological rhythm of the season. Norris is driving for a dream. Piastri is driving for validation. Verstappen is driving for sport. That's the difference. If Verstappen wins in Abu Dhabi, McLaren must place Norris off the podium. That's the nightmare. Because the one thing McLaren hasn't proven this season is the ability to protect a lead without tripping over their own shoelaces. Red Bull knows exactly what to do. Put Max in the sweet spot. Let the tires talk. Let the chaos behind decide the rest. McLaren is entering the finale needing to be flawless. Verstappen enters needing to be himself. Prediction? If the race becomes clean, controlled, and strategic, Norris wins the title. If the race becomes chaotic, messy, and psychologically violent, Verstappen takes it. Because chaos is the Predator King's natural habitat. And the championship may not be decided by lap time. It may be decided by who stops fearing the crown first. In Formula One, you don't win with talent. You win with leverage. Power in Formula One is never loud. It's quiet. It whispers. It moves through decisions nobody sees and mistakes nobody admits. Right now, Verstappen holds the lever. Not because he's leading, he isn't. Not because he's faster, sometimes he isn't. He holds it because he controls the psychological rhythm of the season. Norris is driving for a dream. Piastri is driving for validation. Verstappen is driving for sport. That's the difference. If Verstappen wins in Abu Dhabi, McLaren must place Norris off the podium. That's the nightmare. Because the one thing McLaren hasn't proven this season is the ability to protect a lead without tripping over their own shoelaces. Red Bull knows exactly what to do. Put Max in the sweet spot. Let the tires talk. Let the chaos behind decide the rest. McLaren is entering the finale needing to be flawless. Verstappen enters needing to be himself. One team walks in with burden. One driver walks in with instinct. Prediction? If the race becomes clean, controlled, and strategic, Norris wins the title. If the race becomes chaotic, messy, and psychologically violent, Verstappen takes it. Because chaos is the Predator King's natural habitat, and the championship may not be decided by lap time. It may be decided by who stops fearing the crown first. In Formula One, you don't win with talent. You win with leverage.